This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, leading the league in podcasting entertainment.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. This is the Fast Break Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Anderson. Alongside me, as always, is Ricky Widmer.
What's up, guys?
And Dave Oster.
Hey, everybody.
We're back to the old setup. The green screen is broken. Well, Ricky wants me to clarify. The bars on the green screen are broken. That's why Brandon was standing during his new video.
Actually, the wall that you guys usually do, there's like a little out indent. We taped it to the wall.
Oh, nice.
It was I didn't want to do it for everything, but it kind of was okay.
It's broken, and I think we got a comment anyways on our Fast Break comments that they wanted to go back to the old setup with Ricky. So, boom, we got it. Old setup with Ricky. It's back today on the Fast Break Podcast. Our topics today, we are talking the NBA draft. Are the Bulls screwing up their tank? And we're going to be talking about that.
Yes, they are.
8-1 in their past 9 games. They're looking like they're at absolute fire. We're talking about should the Celtics trade for Anthony Davis as well? Is it substance? Is there something actually there, or is it just rumors flying around? And then we're going to wrap it up with some Isaiah Thomas talk, since he is coming back. Had the fantastic practice that he got sent down to
one day in the D League. Not
yeah.
even a full day, actually. It was
5 hours.
5 hours.
Yeah.
Best practice ever.
So we'll be talking about that on the podcast, but before we jump into it, check out patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast if you want to be on a podcast. We also have some cool other tiers. You guys just had Pat on the onside kick talking about John Fox. We always love having Christian, Pat, and our buddy Jake on the podcast. So if you want to check it out, go to patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. Also, if you're listening on iTunes, rate us 5 stars, the Fast Break Podcast, the Primetime Podcast, the Rick and Johnny Podcast, and the Onside Kick. It means a ton to us. So if you want to do that and you have the opportunity, please do so. And finally, if you want a Most Valuable Podcast shirt, check the description box because there's instructions down there. So if you want a t-shirt, you want to rep some Most Valuable Podcast gear, check it out in the description below. But boys, we are going to jump into some damp dudes, some soggy shooter, some wet boys today. Ricky, your second wet boy.
My
of
second
all time.
one. And before I give mine, I want to give an honorable mention. I almost had Lonzo Ball here, but I couldn't because there is a Laker that is doing a lot better, and that's Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma, not only the 38-point game he had against the Rockets, but over 25 points a game, almost 7 rebounds. And when you've got 61% from the field and over 50 from 3, how are you not a moist man, a damp dude, a wet boy?
If Lonzo ever has a day where he has 2 near triple doubles,
I will be the only one.
Yeah,
I feel like I will be the only one to make him a wet boy.
Yeah, because you're the only one that actually likes him.
Yeah,
he's been playing better.
Yeah.
I'll give him credit. He's a good defender, but you're the only. You want to shoehorn him in.
I do.
If you have the chance.
Every show.
If there's 1 week where the Lakers play 3 games and everyone else plays 1 game, if that's possible, probably not. Lonzo's definitely going to be that wet boy.
3 other teams would have to play, unless they're the only games they played were against the Lakers.
I don't know. Anyway,
Scheduling nightmare.
If that ever happens, though, Ricky's going to shoehorn Lonzo Ball into a wet boy. But Dave, who's your wet boy of the week?
My wet boy of the week was a top draft pick many people forgot about, but he is the one and only Be Easy. Lighting it up for New York, coming in because Porzingis needs some time off. He needs to pull his shit back together. So they're like, you know what? We're going to trust the profession on this one. Be easy.
Got to stop being Kobe out there.
Going to go out there and drop 28.3 points per game, 8.7 boards, over a block a game, shooting 56% overall. And I think only about 7 shots from 3, but 71% from those 7 shots. You can't argue with those numbers.
He's been ridiculous.
Dominant.
Yeah, and he had a crazy night in the Garden against the Celtics last night.
That was an amazing game for him.
Saving KP, like you said. My wet boy of the week is Demar DeRozan. Just dropped a career high with 45 points, or a season high. I think it's one of them this year. Dropping 45 points against Philly last night. Raptors have won 5 straight. In those last 3 games, at least, he's dropped 31.3 points, 5.3 assists. He's been a better passer this year, and also he's been lighting it up from 3, which we're not used to.
He can magically shoot from 3 this year. What the hell happened?
64.3% in the last 3 games. He had a career high 6 threes in last game against Philly, and the Raptors are on fire. They've been winning.
Somebody told him he can stand behind that line on the ground, and he gets an extra point. And he didn't know that until this year.
He thought we were playing old rules before we got that line.
Must
it's just
be.
Everything's a 2.
And I think they're 11-1 in their past 12 games, so they've been absolutely
They're
on
on a
fire.
bit of a heater.
And DeMar DeRozan has been on a bit of a heater as well. But those are our wet boys of the week. If you have some wet boys, leave them down in the comments below. We love listening to you guys' wet boys. I think they're all first-time wet boys as well. I think Beasley's making his first time. I think it's the first Raptor we've ever had on the wet boys.
In my head, I
first
was
Laker, I think too.
In my head, I was like, no, wait, he's not the first Raptor. But then I remembered the 1 week you were almost sick. I almost made an appearance Kyle Lowry would have been the first Raptor.
First Laker, too. I know you're trying to shoehorn
Is
Lonzo
it?
in. Yeah,
Is
first
it?
Laker.
Oh.
Right? Because I don't think we had,
I don't remember
I don't think there's
anymore.
any other Laker that's
No, I
important.
think you might be right. First Laker.
Because there's Lonzo, Kyle Kuzma, Julius
B.I.
Randle's not
I know
not
you
one of
guys
them.
have had Porzingis as a
Yes,
wet boy.
Porzingis is a 2-time wet boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know Kyle Lowry or none of the other Raptors have been a wet boy. But anyways,